That lovely guy, he still ghosted me. Good morning. We have a rainy, oh, look at this for a day. So it is raining and grey, raining and grey. And Miss Bug, you're soaking. Oh, wet long hair cats. Why were you sitting in the drizzle? Why were you sitting in the drizzle when you can come inside? She don't know. I wanted to go, I have work to do. I have to pull off skirting boards. But before I do that, I want to go to that furniture shop, the big warehouse out in Ballyfermot, just to have a look. Just to have a look. I do have to pull the skirting boards off and do some tedious, boring jobs. But before we do that, I just want to go and have a peruse, have a mental break as well. And sometimes walking around a charity shop's warehouse for treasure is the reset a brain needs. Now, also, I got the lights fitted. Lights are now correctly fitted. And this one over here, I don't want to give you vertigo. So there's that one there, and ta-da! Ta-da! Electrician is my brother's friend actually, and I was like, check my work. He's like, that's very tidy, because I shortened the cable on that one and I had told him where I went wrong, and he's like, yeah, I can see it's like an old wiring thing that, he's like, you were right not to touch it. But he did show me if it happens again, but I was like, oh, I'll just call you. Now, I did ask him, hang on, you're wobbling there. I did ask him if the headphones could be salvaged, because if you noticed in the last video, I had to go back on the wired headphones because Miss Bug, wherever she is behind me, yeah, she's giving me a death stare. She chewed these. I did say this in a previous video, and I was hanging on to them to see. So the cables are absolutely tiny. They're like fiber cables. So it would probably, he said he can't, I was like, can you stick a connector on? And he's like, no, not on that cable. So he was like, no, they're I won't say the language he used, the Irish language. But yeah, I could possibly try get them repaired, but he said it's probably going to cost you more for someone to repair them, which is sad. But anyway, I'm back on the wired headphones. Hang on. I have them hidden. My apologies. I got cut off because my card was full. Also, I just want to say, Bon is here. It looks like he's not in the last two videos because Bug is just really nosy. And most of the time, Bon, during the day, he has his little snooze in here. So they kind of have their like little routine. So if you haven't seen Bon, it's just because it's winter now. Well, not winter, but the days are shorter and it's darker. So he's more, I don't know. When it's a sunny day, he's like, yes. But when it's a miserable day like today, he just wants to have a cozy day. And I'm like, that's relatable, Bon. Relatable. The house is also still upside down, but I have a plant. And I have my car keys. Oh yeah, this was the old electrical unit that was up there. So he just wired it so that there's no need for this. So if you saw it in the last video, there was like loads of neutrals going in here. So, but my bracket had to go above this. So that was confusing me. So he did say though that when I go to change, this light here on the hallway, he says they should be fine. I should be able to, I should be able to change them, but like no bother. So yeah, what was I looking for there? Oh, the car keys, let's go. Now, let us play our game that we do in the comment section. Anything you see that is pretty, come shopping with me. Armchair shopping. I love this game. Whatever you see that takes your fancy, leave the timestamp in the comment section so then I can click on it and see, or other viewers can click on and see what are your picks. So be an armchair traveller with me today. I'm going out to the NCBI furniture warehouse that's out in Ballyfermot. And some of you might remember, this is where I got the writing desk that I have upstairs in my bedroom nook. I think that's coming up 2 years ago. Or was it early last year? Or could it be in the year before? I'm not sure. But that writing desk I got for an absolute steal. And when I shared it on the channel and asked, did anybody have any ideas of the time of it, where it was from? And I gave some details, and a couple of you guys had found it fully restored on similar websites, and it was going for €1,000. And I think I paid €150 for it. And I absolutely love it. I use it every day. It's my little makeup area, and then sometimes I'll also do some laptop work from there as well. So I am here today. I'm honestly here because I needed to just get out of the house, because I was working from home and then I was doing the painting and doing jobs, and I was like, you know what, I need to get out and just have a little look. And I'm sure you guys are bored of seeing me painting the past couple of videos, so let's have a little bit of shopping. So I'm here today with no intentions. I do have a couple of things that I have in my wish list, and if I see it I would like it. So I've been looking on the secondhand website. So I've been on Adverts, Facebook Marketplace and Done Deal, just looking and seeing what antiquities can be found. Now, when I visited the NCBI charity warehouse, furniture warehouse before, I was a bit harsh because I was saying about their pricing. Now, when I was here today, I did notice that the pricing had come down a bit. Now you can go back on that video, but I think it might be 2 years ago. I'll see if I can find it and put a link to it. But they had a lot, at the time when I was there, they had a lot of mid-century modern pieces, and they were high end of the hundreds, 7, 8, 900 for mid-century chairs and tables. And in fairness, if something is in really good condition, it's proper wood, it is worth that. But when it's a charity shop, you kind of expect things to be a little bit cheaper. Obviously it's gone to a good cause, but it was kind of competing with the prices of some of the antique shops. Now, when I was here today, I thought some of the pieces were very reasonable and cheap. There was some big mahogany dressers, stunning solid wood pieces and chairs, and you will see there was this shabby chic little settee. There was a 3 and a 2-seater, €150 for the whole lot. I was like, this is adorable. There was more kind of Victorian era pieces here today, and there was also some pine pieces. But everything that I could see was your good old heavy solid wood. And here's the thing, I would rather spend €500 or 500 on a solid wooden 100-year-old table and chair that looks in good nick today than if you would easily spend €500 on a table and 6 chairs or whatever in IKEA. You may even spend more, because if you remember, I think it was back in summertime, I did do a little IKEA walk around, and I was a bit harsh as well because I've found 20 grand kitchens in IKEA and I was kind of shocked. I didn't think they were that expensive. But anyway, that is another video you can check out if you want. But I would rather spend it on something that is solid, unique. I do pick up something which you will see in a few minutes. But if you want to guess and see what I purchased, you can pop it into the comment section and let me know. I'd love to know if you have also picked up anything lately in, secondhand shop, or is there something just like my writing desk that you just stumbled across one day and it's a piece of furniture in your home that you absolutely love? Because we all have those little pieces. So I will let you have a shop and enjoy, and you can let me know what pieces of furniture take your fancy, and if there's any pieces of furniture that you think are worth way more than what they're charging. So if there's any pieces that you're like, ooh. Also, this is a totally random thought. Antique dealing. How do people, obviously you study it maybe. So if you do an interior course. How do you become an antiques dealer? Is this something you kind of, I don't know. Is it like becoming a beekeeper? You just stumble across someone who is one and then they teach you. But yeah, antique dealers. I always find it really curious how people know from looking at a piece what material it is, so they can say that's oak, that's pine, and they can say what rough era it is because of the scroll details. They can also tell if something is a reproduction. So yeah, and does any antiques dealers follow the channel? And how did you get into it? How does one get into that kind of thing? I do love watching a bit of Dickinson's Real Deal, and I love that thing that does be on in the afternoon. Sometimes if I'm working from home, I'll have it on in the background where they drive around in a vintage car and they go to the antique shops in the UK and then they have to sell it at auction. Yeah, I love them shows. So yeah, I often wonder, how do people know? Do they study? Obviously they study it. It's their trade. So yeah, let me know in the comment section.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clearer light as any to see the horizon and the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day to today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time
Hello. And I'm parked. I've just taken my seatbelt off. My car has 3 antiquities in the back and a bee suit. Oh, and a lamp. And a lamp. I forgot about the lamp. Now, on the way back, I was like, oh, I'll pull into Liffey Valley because we can have a look on the range, because I was thinking there might be their Christmas range. Yeah, there's the range and there is Yisk, but that's kind of more of a furniture shop, and it's not my kind of furniture shop. It's like flat pack and cheap, allegedly, in my opinion. So yeah, I thought we could go into the range and have a look and see if there's any Christmas bits. I've no plan on buying any Christmas bits, but I just want to have a little look. I have the thrifting high. You know, when you go somewhere, I wasn't expecting to buy anything today, and then I found these chairs, and they're like an easy upcycle. They just need to be cleaned, and the seat pad needs to be reupholstered. And I'm like, that is a fun upcycle, to reupholster the seat pad. And I had saved a fabric on my wish list, and I was like, oh, I could use that fabric. So I'm buzzing. Okay, let's go into the range and see if there's any bits, anything nice. Now, first of all, I got to the range. I got to the entrance, and they had the bulb game was strong. So sometimes in some of the like smaller, not even garden centres, but like the DIY shops, they'll have some bulbs, but like the varieties, you're kind of getting some like common ones. But I was delighted to see some different varieties of alliums, and they had the little mini daffodils as well. So the bulb game was strong. So straight off the bat, we'll give the range that. They were setting up Christmas. So it was, the Halloween stuff was getting, you know, put on sale and reduced, and they were condensing that down, and there was loads of boxes in the middle, and the team there were unloading some of the Christmas stuff. So what I'll do is, this happened to me back in September, because do you remember we did the autumn kind of little like, not shop, what do we call it, like window shopping, because I don't think I bought anything that day, but I loved going around to have a look and see what was in the shop when it came to autumn decor. So we'll have to do another version of that, but like Christmas edition. So I'll wait another week or two, and I'll go to the other range, the one that is remember we went to Carton, was it Carton? Yes, Carton House as well, and we can see what Christmas decor they have, because I find the range in Minute is a bit more calmer than the one in Liffey Valley. The one in Liffey Valley just seems like really busy. Now, of the Christmas decor that I saw here, I did see some really cute stuff, and the price points weren't too bad at all. They had lots of signs, so if you're into like some of the signs, I was like, I could make that on my Cricut, but then I look at the price of them in the range, and it would be the price of vinyl. So you may as well buy it. That's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I could make that. Then you're like, or I could just buy it cheaper than all the cost of the materials. So anyway, the life of a crafter. Now what I will say is the craft section, it looked like a lot of the Christmas craft stuff was out. That was really good. There was lots of things there. There was like a colouring gingerbread house. Now you could do one of them from a large cardboard box, but there was lots of little craft sets, and those whatchamacallits, I can't think of the name, the little soldier things, they'll be on screen now in a minute. They had like nutcrackers. They had loads of them that you could paint, and again, really cheaply priced. So the craft section was 10 out of 10 for the Christmas bits. Now, the bulk of the Christmas decor I don't think was out, because like that, they were putting the autumn stuff away. And something I noticed, because when I was in Woody's a couple of days ago getting my new crowbar, I noticed that the same thing, they were condensing down the Halloween and autumn stuff. So because November, we kind of get straight into Christmas once Halloween is done, because we don't have, you know, Thanksgiving holidays obviously here, because that's like for US. So we go straight into Christmas. So I feel like overseas people will keep that lovely autumn decor up for another month, and then once Thanksgiving is done, you go into Christmas. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but something I noticed here, all that lovely autumnal decor that we saw in that September video, that had very quickly just condensed and disappeared. And once Halloween is out of the way, it's like Christmas. Oh, now these were not on my bingo card today. I do have some chairs that I had saved on adverts because I was like, I think I want to upgrade the chairs to something a bit antique-y, a bit fancy. So this is my kitchen table and I love it. It's on the small side, so 3 chairs fit on it perfect. I know that's gonna throw some people off because it should have 4. But when I had 3 on it, it just like fit better. Anyway, let me show you these chairs. So the plan is, I'll zoom back out, hang on. The plan is these bottom pieces to reupholster them, and they're not even drilled on. So that's, that makes it easy, they just popped off. So I'm going to reupholster these. One of them is damaged, I'll show you. But I had on my wish list, I think it's called a carver chair, where one of them has handrests. And I found it. So they were 50 euro each. I'm not sure what like period they're from, but they're really heavy. Stunning detail on them. We've got all of this detail. And they just need to be cleaned. Like there's no major damage to the wood. A few like scuffs that I can fill in with like one of those crayons, the wood ones. This one here is damaged. So I have a piece of fabric saved on my wish list, but like look at the detail on this. And it just brings a bit of warmth into the room. So I hope you can see my vision, because I know the room has been 50 Shades of Cream the past couple of videos, but I did want to warm it up with a couple of, wooden pieces. And I just think that the backdrop colour is a nice colour. And then we have my little plant. Oh, also, I did get that lamp. Of course, hang on. I will change the shade, but for 20 euro, I mean, I couldn't go wrong. It's 2 cats and a lady sitting on a chair. I couldn't not. So I got this lamp. I didn't even check if it's working, but you know me and my electrical skills. It's a 3-pin plug, so it should be fine. So I love this. It's a lady with 2 cats. She's sitting in the garden, I think. She's on a tree. She's living her best life. So I did buy that. I'll swap out the shade. Although the blue is nice in Miss Bioga's like, hey, put the old chair back. The blue lampshade doesn't offend me. I don't have much blue in the decor, but it does kind of match her, her skirt. But anyway, the wooden chairs. So these are 2 that don't have the armrest detail, but they have all of this stunning detail. I love the colour. This is the wood colour that I really like. I don't like the kind of orange pine colour, but I do like this. So it's a nice bit of detail from the back as well. And then when I put some fabric on them, I didn't think as well it doesn't offend me that they're 2 different tones of wood. I know some people will be like, oh, stain it to match, but it doesn't offend me. When I put the new fabric on this will be a fun project. I think it will look so, so pretty. So I'm dying to sit on this actually. And these are lovely and heavy. Big. Oh, this is comfy. Oh yes, this is nice. I feel like this is obviously my chair. But yeah, because I think with dining tables, isn't it 2 carvers and then the chairs either side? If you're getting like a large dining table and you've got 3 either side and then 1 on the top, 1 on the back for like a big banquet table. But I had saved on my adverts just loads of chairs that had caught my eye, and I was like, I really want one that has the armrests, because sometimes I'll do like a little bit of work on the kitchen table if I'm not upstairs, if I want to change the scenery. And this chair is just giving Lady of the Manor, Lady Crawley, Count Duchess of Downton. Yeah, I absolutely love these. And I think they're a nice contrast with the neutral background. The chair is a bit spongy. I wasn't expecting that. There might be springs can you hear it? So I'll have to make a nice seat pad that's nice and spongy. I'm a firm girly, I like something firm. So I'm delighted with my purchases today. Delighted that I was able to get them into my car because it was touch and go for a minute. The guy was like, I don't know. He's like, he'll definitely get two, but I don't know if he'll get the third one in with the arms. And I was like, challenge accepted. But I got them home, so I didn't have to worry about delivery. That's the charity shop that I got my writing desk upstairs. If you saw that, I think it was 2 years ago. And they do have a delivery service, but I think it's like €50 or it could be more for larger pieces. And I think it's only within Dublin as well. So they do have a delivery service, but I really wanted to not have to do that. I could have done 2 trips as well because that shop is only like 25 minutes away from me with no traffic. Okay. That was a nice little purchase. I feel a bit more, I don't know, because I just feel like the past couple of videos, all I've been doing is like the boring stuff, like painting walls and yeah. And now I have to rip skirting board off. But this has made me happy because I think these are beautiful and they were an instant yes. So when I was in the charity shop and I saw them, and the fact that there was only 3, I was like, that's meant to be, because this table just sits 3 chairs nicely. And you're probably thinking, what if people visit? Yeah, they can I'll have other chairs over there, but I don't know. They can sit on the floor. But no, I will have other chairs when I do over the other side in the cosy nook. But I don't host big dinner parties. I go to people's house for dinner. I don't entertain in that way. Some people come over for breakfast. And this is like, yeah, I've never had the issue. But it has crossed my mind that if I was to get into the dinner hosting game, I'd have to get one of those tables that you can extend out. You know, the ones that's nice and small, and then you can extend it out. But I haven't had any use for that yet. Who knows? If the kitchen has more space, I can do that, because the reason why I have like a smaller table and stuff is because, for anybody who's new, when this kitchen was there was a wall up right there. It was so small that like I never hosted anyone really, because you were constantly moving around and there was no extra space. And my friends' houses are much bigger, so I would just go to them. I wouldn't really host because the room was too small. But now I have space, so I can do that. My friends will laugh because I'm not a cook. Like, I will build you a kitchen, I will sew you stuff, a mitten for your oven. But when it comes to cooking, I will grow you the food. But I draw the line at the cooking. My friends are much better cooks, which is why I go to there. See, it's so heavy, I feel like I need a butler. There must be this chair must have a ghost in it, because all of a sudden I'm getting notions. Victorian. I need a butler to pull my chair back. And then I get out and then he puts my chair back in. Yeah, I need a butler. I've been watching too much Downton Abbey. I started watching it from the beginning again. And I need to stop watching period dramas because I get notions then. Anyway, I have some news to share. Let me sit down. Okay, let me start at the beginning. So I was ghosted. The last video I was really optimistic because I had a really good, I went to a floor place and they had a product that I was like, okay, it's herringbone, it's waterproof. It was ticking all of the boxes. And they gave me a contact detail for a fitter because they didn't supply. Sorry, I'm going to make sure my mic is... my hair isn't covering it. They gave me the contact details for a fitter. I emailed the fitter pictures so they knew what they were getting into, and they replied straight away. Green flags, replied straight away. And in the last video, did I say that they came out to quote me? I don't know if I did, but basically the fitter that they recommended did come out, and he was so lovely, and he had a look at the area, took measurements, and he even gave me the thingy to take off my skirting boards, and he ghosted me. Now, he did say like he was quite busy for the month of November into December with bathrooms, because he is a bathroom specialist, but they do floors as well. And he was like, we can fit you in around the bathroom projects. But unfortunately, that was like 6 days ago now. And he said, listen, I'll be in touch in 1 to 2 days with a quote. And I haven't heard anything. And to me, that is in my whole renovation journey when dealing with different contractors, I never chase them. So I have had this happen with, ghosting. It's not just when you're trying to find a man, it's when you're trying to find work too. It does happen. So I just want to talk a bit briefly about, first of all, let me give you the good news. I'm after spending the last hour and a half in a floor shop. It was actually where I got my carpet from. And I was like, they do a fitting service. So I went in and I was looking on the website, and they have a similar model of the floor that I saw in the other place. So the same thing, waterproof, comes in herringbone, also comes in plank. So I was like, do you know what? I haven't heard anything. It's been like 6 days. I'm probably not going to hear from him. But even if I do hear from him, that's the red flag for me. So I went to this floor shop, and the guy was lovely. The floor is coming in a tiny bit cheaper, but they had a fitting service, and they were able to give me a fitting date. So right there was none of this coming out to measure, have a look, I'll be in touch, and then ghost. So I am after, my receipt is here. I don't want to flash it at the camera in case it has all my personal details on it. I don't know if it does, but yes, I am after booking and paying and the fitting. Well, you pay the fitter on the day and then you buy the product. Yes, I have confirmed my floor, and I have a date for installation, and it's from a company that I've used before. They did my carpet, so they did the supply and fit of the carpet. So I have some trust for them that they're not going to run off with my money and not have a floor. Although me and floors, it seems to be the thing. Now, I just want to briefly talk about my experiences with finding tradespeople. And I'm sharing this because just in case you think it's you too, it's not just you. A lot of people seem to have this problem at the minute because supply and demand. So I'll explain my thing. So first of all, my builder was amazing, but I struggled to find builders who would do smaller jobs. And you're probably thinking, hey, taking a wall down, opening up a big wall, sticking steel beams in and doors and stuff, that's not a small job. But a lot of builders, when I sent them like the job spec, let's say, of what I wanted done, like floor removes, steel, blah, 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 a couple of them replied straight away, and they were like, this job is too small for us. We only do extensions. And it obviously is a monetary thing, or whatever, a financial reason, because they're going to get more money if they do an extension. Like extensions are like 80, 100 grand things if you're extending on, like, whereas my renovation was like much smaller. But thankfully, my builder, they love doing like smaller jobs in between bigger ones. Like they were saying, like the smaller jobs will keep them going while they're waiting for a big renovation or whatever. So yeah, they like doing them, and they can do 2 or 3 smaller jobs at the same time, and then send the team of people. Because like that, sometimes you're waiting for things like that. I was waiting for my radiators to come. So if they have a few small jobs on at the same time, they like that. So I did have that experience with contractors. So trying to find builders. I did have builders ghost me. I asked for recommendations from my friends who had building works done and got their contact details. And I always gave as much information in my reach out request so that they knew kind of what they were doing. So they could just reply and say, no, thank you, this isn't a job I'm interested in. I don't know what it is, if it's an Irish man thing. I don't think it is, because that lovely guy was not Irish and he still ghosted me. So my thing is, I'm not going to take it personal if you just reply and say, listen, I can't fit your job in. No, please give me that instead of ghosting, because like that, I was like, he seemed really nice. I'll wait for him to see if he replies. But that was just me wasting time. So now I've waited another week and I was like, you know what? Shank this. I'm going to go and just, why am I waiting on someone who isn't really interested? So I did have building contractors say, yes, I'm interested in this job. I will be out. And then they'd message saying, oh, listen, I won't make it. And to me, that was the red flag. And then I would be like, no problem. We can reschedule. And then they'd ghost. That happened twice with two people. One of them was a recommendation from a friend as well. And instead of just saying, listen, I'm really busy, this isn't a job I'd be interested in, here's a recommendation, or just no thank you. So one of the reasons why I went with my builder was because he had all of the green flags. So he replied on time, he showed up on time, he gave me a start date. He was really patient with my doors because my doors had a long lead time. So my doors had an 8-week lead time. They usually have a 5 to 6 week, but they have summer holidays. So the factory gets closed and they do something to the factory. And that's when I ordered my doors. So I ordered my doors in July and they didn't come until September. I think it was the last week of July, and they came then somewhere in September. So it was a good 7 weeks, and it was my builder chasing me to get the delivery date for my doors. So that was a green flag. And so I'm really happy that I've only run into this problem with the floor, because I think I'd be devastated if my builder ghosted me and I had doors ordered. So my tip for people going through the renovation process, particularly in Ireland, it could be different in different places. There could be, I don't know, there's obviously a shortage of tradespeople, but I didn't purchase my doors until I had my builder confirmed and locked in contract and engineer. All of those things action was taken. And I'm glad I did that with the floor. So something I've noticed is, and it's come up in the comment section, is the flooring. A lot of people are shocked to know that flooring places, particularly the tile ones, will supply and not fit. And from my experience with being in the tile shops, that seems to be the trend. Unless one of the fancy tile shops had like a bathroom service, and it was like one-stop shop. You come in, you buy all your bathroom stuff off them, and they have a fitter team, and you buy your tiles off them. But when it came to just going in to buy a floor, it was like you go find the person to fit it. So all of the tile shops that I was in, they did have recommended people that they can recommend to you. But then when I reached out to some of them, it was like, no, we're booked for 6 months. No, we're not interested in just doing flooring. And listen, I totally get it, because they're going to get more money if they do like a bathroom fit out in a week. It's more lucrative for them. So listen, it's trade. I totally get it. Their time is money, and they're going to pick the more like profitable job, let's say. So listen, I get it. So one thing I would say is, ghosting is normal, sadly. in dating and in tradespeople finding. And if you work for a floor shop. Now, another thing actually, the salesperson who was really, really nice in the last video, I was saying that she was so friendly. She gave me like a quote. She gave me some floor fitters. She was the one who recommended the one that ghosted me though. And I did give feedback. So she did ring me to say, how are you getting on? Like with the quote and stuff and the samples. And I was glad I didn't purchase the floor because I can't find a fitter. So I did give feedback and say, listen, I would have purchased this floor had I got a fitter. So for me, I went to a place that supplied the service of supply and fit, because now, I have a little, receipt, a contract. They're going to show up on the date that I agreed on. They're going to bring the boxes so I'm not going to have the flooring sitting gathering dust behind me. They're going to bring the flooring, do it on the agreed day, and it's done. I still have to remove my skirting boards, and they're going to stick them back on for me. So I did give that feedback. The tile shop as well, that I reached out and I said, listen, really like these tiles. Can I find anyone to fit them? And I'm not buying them without, having someone to fit them. The ones who were like, listen, we'll let you know, or what did they say? Leave it with us. They didn't get back to me. And also, every time I deal with a company, I use my personal email. So I'm not using my @Dainty email, because I'm going in as a normal customer. I don't do any hey, give me a free floor or whatever. And I don't use my Dainty email because I want to be treated. No, I want to be able to see what's the customer service like, because if a company knows you have a following, they might treat you differently because they want to get a mention. So I make sure I'm not using I want to be treated like a normal customer who's coming in and paying for their service. So yeah, I have struggled when it comes to finding the floor fitters. Now, another thing, I could have put it into my builder's job spec to lay a floor, but I purposely didn't, because I didn't know what kind of flooring I wanted, and I didn't want to have to make a quick decision. So my builder's job spec was to just remove my old floor and level it for me and leave it blank, so then I could sort out the flooring myself. But I kind of regret not putting it in but then his floor person said no to herringbone. So that's where I just wanted to share kind of my experience. So if you are going into a reno, if you see something fancy on the internet, see if you can get someone to even fit it. And yeah, I did try, whenever I was looking at anyone who had a floor that I liked on Instagram, I was trying to see, did they tag their tiler? Y'all need to start tagging the tiler. So what am I trying to say there? I finally have a floor. It will be of course it'll be in a future video, and I will have it in time for Christmas. I got ghosted, and the journey of renovation, I just want to share that with you, because if you're also at the stage where you're getting quotes from builders and they're ghosting you, I'm so sorry, but it's also happening to me too. It's also happening to me too. And I'm trying not to take it personal. I'm was there something wrong? Did I do something wrong? It's not you, it's them. They may have just been too polite, not even too polite, to just say, no, thank you, this job isn't for me. No, thank you. Send an email. Don't leave people waiting then. So, yes, I've gone somewhere else, and this company supplies the fitting service. And it was no issue when I mentioned herringbone. They were like, yeah, it will just be a bit extra for fitting because it is herringbone, but here's the date. There was no oh, you need to go and ring these fitters and they need to quote, and more time wasted. So yeah, if you're doing a project, don't underestimate the flooring and the ghosting and I won't be fitting in myself. There was a lot of people like, we have faith in you. I will tile the backsplash, but when it comes to something like the flooring and the cost and the price of the material of the floor, if I can't get that perfect, that is going to annoy me. So I'm going to get a professional to lay the floor. And of course, me laying the floor will take me a couple of months. And I don't think you want to see me lay herringbone for the next 6 months on the channel. So yeah, that's where I am with the floor. I finally have a floor, and don't get upset if you get ghosted too. Now, I am going to leave this video here because it's kind of on the longer side. And then on Thursday's video, I will be in my overalls. But now that I have a date for the floor fitting, I really need to paint the 2 doors, take all the skirting boards off, get everything prepped, do any repair patching up, because like that, a bit of plaster might come off when I take off the skirts. And yeah, I need to get all that done. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for spending time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'm delighted with my chairs. Now, this isn't me. This is my other chair. This isn't me armchair. I should have sat in my armchair. But even this one is lovely. And, oh, sorry, my microphone. Even this one is lovely and comfy. I'm testing them out. I'm going to order the fabric. I saw some fabric on eBay because the fabric I want is a bit fancy. It's a bit pricey, but I was looking for remnants of it, and there is some on eBay. So I'm going to order the fabric to do the seat pads, because this one doesn't have any bounce in it like the other one. It's on its last legs. So I can't wait. It needs fresh cushioning. And we can put a lovely layer of felt on top. Or not the felt, you know, the stuff, and then put the fabric on. And then it'd be lovely. I was also thinking as well, sorry I'm waffling, this table with these chairs would be great for playing cards. I was like, oh no, my SD card ran out, which I think is a sign from God to be like, you're waffling now. But I was just saying how this would be excellent for card games. And yeah, I seem to have groups of 3. So like my 2 friends, Adele and Rachel, we call ourselves the Amigos. There's 3 chairs at the table. I was like, this would be perfect for card games. And then, yeah, anytime people come, it's always in 3s. Yeah. Unless it's my niece and, well, even with my niece and nephew, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, this table will be great for playing cards. And anyway, I need to go because my SD card is going to run out again. So thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you in the next one. If you're new, welcome. If you want to check out the recent videos, there's the DIY Diary playlist with all the kind of renovation videos. So if you need to catch up, or if you want to catch up, you can check out that playlist, and I'll see you in the next one.